Yuck, are you still living on Allenview?
Yes.
Okay. What were you doing over in New Cumberland right over there?
Dropping my son off.
Okay. What'd you hand off to the gentleman that walked back in the house?
His coffee cup.
His coffee cup?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm tired of him leaving his mess in my car.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything illegal in the car?
You want to search it?
I mean, if you want to let me search it.
Like, what do y'all think we did a transaction or something?
Well, that's what it looked like.
Because we're black?
No. I couldn't see in your car. Your window tints too dark.
Okay,
anyway.
so exactly. So, but it looked like we were doing a drug transaction.
Yeah, so you pulled up, he came out, you handed something to him, he walked back in the house.
You missed it.
We're not going to argue about it.
I came from this way, went around, took him home,
I saw where
dropped
you came
him
from.
off.
I saw where you came from.
And I dropped him off to his house.
Okay.
He left his cup here because I'm tired of his shit being in my car. I beeped the horn, gave him his cup.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. Do you have anything illegal in the car?
No.
Okay. You don't have any crack?
I don't.
Weed?
Sir, I'm a fucking business owner, okay?
Okay.
I don't have no crack. I don't have no weed. I don't sell drugs, do drugs, no none of that bullshit. It's not a question.
It was a question.
That's very derogatory for you to say. Probably because I'm black. He was a black man, and y'all think that it looked like we were selling drugs. No, because I'm highly upset that I feel offended. I know. Come on, what we doing here? What we doing?
Would you be willing to let me search your car?
No! For what?
Well, because it looked like you did a drug transaction back
I
there.
gave him a coffee cup.
Okay. What kind of coffee cup was it?
It was a white fucking coffee cup.
Why are you screaming?
Because I can't believe because you keep saying that we made a drug transaction.
And that's what it looked like. Okay?
Wow.
It's simple questions.
It isn't, sir. That's not fair. That's not fair.
It's not fair. I'm sorry.
I know. And you police officers are horrible.
I'm horrible.
You
don't even
police
know me.
officers, sir. What we going to do, sir?
So now you're grouping me into a group of people.
And
right?
you're grouping me into a group of people where it looked like I was doing a drug transaction.
You could have been Mexican, you could have been white, you could have been green, you could have been yellow.
And I'm black, and it looked like that I was making a drug transaction.
Okay. All right.
And now you being a police officer, you people are horrible.
10-4. 10-4. So you don't have anything in the car?
Sir, I don't have nothing in my car.
What's the name of the gentleman that you stopped with?
That's my son, Anthony.
Welcome back, everybody. For those of you guys that don't know me, I'm a law enforcement trainer instructor. I train and instruct military and law enforcement all over the country on various law enforcement disciplines to include constitutional law, case law, patrol tactics, use of force, advanced criminal investigations, etc. I have a law degree, and I will be the first one to tell you that cops say the dumbest things sometimes. The most ridiculous stuff. I mean, I don't know where they get this from. Sometimes I feel like, and it's not really the rookie cops, right? It's the cops that think they know how to do the job. They've been on the job, I don't know, 5 to 9 years. They think they have a pretty good understanding of it. They've done enough things where they feel like they're very competent. And those are the ones that I have found in my experience to say the most ridiculous things sometimes. And it blows me away. I don't know if there's like a pocketbook of ridiculousness, but they're out there, man. And so we're going to break down this video. Now, there's a lot more, obviously, and we don't have full context. For all I know, this woman definitely did do a drug handoff or whatever. That's not the purpose of the video. The purpose of the video is just to understand the language and the communication that's being used, and then just break down the ridiculousness of what's being communicated, really. And again, I see this a lot. And again, I don't know if there's this magical, template or pocketbook that these cops use, because, a lot of this stuff I hear over and over again, and it's just ridiculous. So we're going to talk about a few things. Number one, this whole idea of, I didn't see what color you were, right? I didn't see what your nationality was. I couldn't tell if you're white, brown, yellow, green. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing, because you are asking me to believe that you saw me hand off something that you believe are drugs, but you didn't see my hand, right? So you saw me hand off something, but you couldn't see my hands. right? You have no idea what I look like, right? And the reason why I think that's ridiculous, and again, I'll be honest, maybe as a person of color myself, I'm speaking from a place of privilege because I don't care. And I'm just going to let me just keep it real with you guys. I don't care if a white person tells me, hey, you're doing X, Y, and Z because I'm white. Or a black person saying, you're upset with me because I'm black. Or a brown person saying, you're doing this because I'm brown. Or whatever color person saying, oh, well, you're doing this because of the color of my skin. I guess that color privilege because I don't care. It's not something that I care about. If I could see that you're black, then I saw that you were black. Or if I could see that you're Hispanic or brown, hey, that's what it is, man. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just not afraid of this, skin color victim Olympics thing. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what it is to be white because I'm not white, right? So I don't know what goes through white officers' heads. Like, tell me, like, if you're a white law enforcement officer, tell me, is that something that is sensitive? Is that sensitive? Is it so sensitive that you just can't be honest and say, yes, well, while I was observing you, I could observe that you were white, black, brown, Asian, Pacific Islander, is that something that is it hard for you to come to terms that you observe that? Because again, me as somebody, especially somebody that teaches the advanced criminal investigation courses, somebody does, high-end investigations. Yeah, when I'm observing something, I'm observing everything in its form. And so, again, maybe it's just because I'm a person of color and I can speak from a place of privilege. But if I observe that you're, African American, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, cool, that's what I observe. And if you want to start yelling at me and saying that it's because of that's fine. I guess I don't care. But I'm curious, what white cops, am I right? Am I wrong about this? Cops of color, what are your sentiments similar to mine? Or, I'm curious. Honest question there. But again, if he couldn't see who she was but could tell that she was handing stuff off, I would be interested in how he articulates that. You know what I mean? Like, driving is one thing, right? It's easy to say, hey, I observed the vehicle going this fast. I didn't know who was driving it, right? That's one thing. But for a handoff in which your articulation is enough to at least conduct a motor vehicle stop, I mean, you can see her hand. So did you see her hand? Because her hand could clearly, you can see the color of her skin if you can see her hand. Again, curious. Just want to know what you guys think. Next thing. When cops say, we're not going to argue about this, and then they continue to argue about it. I just don't understand it, right? Like, if you're going to say something, be about what you are, right? Be about that life. If you're about that interdiction life, if you're about the, Terry stop life, like, if you're about that life, if you're going to be the guy that's like, I'm going to use reasonable articulable suspicion to detain people, be about the life, right? But don't say, we're not going to argue about this, and then spend the next minutes arguing about what you just said you weren't going to argue about. Again, I see that all the time. I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. But I get it, right? He probably only has reasonable articulable suspicion, so he's trying to get to the point of probable cause. And so what a lot of cops do is they stop a vehicle, ask for consent, and then find a little bit of dope, and that's what they're all about. There's just some cops that's their gimmick, right? Stop a car, ask for consent, and they will do that on repeat until they eventually catch something. I call it like a one-trick pony. A lot of one-trick ponies out there. Just being honest with you, calling it what it is, man. I always find it interesting when cops act surprised when people are upset when they accuse them of crimes that are not supported by probable cause, right? So, yeah, I can see why she would get upset. You are accusing her of committing a crime without probable cause. Even if you had probable cause, she's still going to be upset. But especially the fact that I'm accusing you of being a drug dealer. I'm accusing you of having drugs. I'm accusing you of being in the drug culture. And I don't have probable cause, but I have reasonable suspicion to believe that you're involved in this lifestyle. And then act surprised when people get upset with the accusations, right? It's especially interesting because cops get upset when you record them, right? There are some cops that get mad when you record them, and then they act surprised when they make accusations against citizens without probable cause or not supported by probable cause, and then they get upset. Like, I don't understand. Like, today I just executed a warrant on a business yeah, I could understand why that person might be upset, right? Because I'm doing a warrant and I'm going and tearing apart his entire business. Now, I found everything and he made a full confession to me because, again, the evidence was overwhelming. But, like, I don't go in there just half cocked. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly where to look, right? And so, and even then, you can still be upset. But, again, don't be surprised. That's why I can't be surprised. Yeah, I get you're upset, dude. I'm coming in with a warrant and taking over everything by force. Yeah, I get why you'd be upset. I'm not going to act surprised. What are you upset for? I got a warrant signed. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why cops act upset when enforcement is taken in any regard. So to act and pretend like you don't understand why they're upset, again, it blows my mind. Where do you get this stuff from? Of course they're going to be upset. Right or wrong, they're going to be upset. Again, I don't understand it. Segueing on that, starting a conversation by grouping, all people and being upset that she's grouping you as, all cops are bad, right? Do I agree that all cops are bad? No. But why are you acting surprised when she's grouping you into a category when you first grouped her into a category of drugs, people that do drugs, right? So you are accusing her of being in the drug trade or drug craft or drug world to some degree because you are stopping her based upon reasonable articulable suspicion of said drug crime. So you are obviously, as a police officer, lumping this woman into a category. Undeniably into a category. And then you get surprised when she then lumps you into her own category. Because again, you are lumping her into a category hopefully based upon your training, experience, observations, right? That are foundational for a reasonable articulable suspicion. And then now she is now lumping you into a category probably based upon those same factors. Wild stuff, right? Anywho, so again, if you guys like this type of content, I'll do more of it. But I just saw this and I thought it was ridiculous. Most ridiculous. I mean, I'm with you, right? Again, I am somebody that I do law enforcement at a very high level, and I'm unapologetic about it, right? So I can at least be honest, right? I can be honest with my bias, and I can just be real with you, right? Like, the guy I served the warrant on today, I understood that he was upset. I get it. I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, why are you upset that I caught you for, right? Like, of course he's going to be upset. So why start off or even have a conversation with, hey, bud, why are you upset for? Like, it's the most ridiculous thing. Why would I do that, right? Why would I try to articulate that? I didn't know you were white. Of course I did. Of course I observed that, right? Again, yeah, and guess what? There was no arguing. I didn't argue with them. I didn't have to, right? So again, every cop is going to police different. Again, you have a lot of these one-trick ponies, right? Reasonable suspicion, consent to search. They can't consent to search. Find more reasonable suspicion to hold the car for a dog, what have you. I get it. A lot of 1-2 trick ponies out there. Not the kind of policing I do. Not the kind of policing I'm interested in. But there you have it. Again, if you guys like this content, maybe let me know in the comment section. I'll do more. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Am I right? Am I wrong? White cops, do you feel like you can't be honest with what you observe when it comes to race? Cops of color, do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I'm curious. I want to know what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Everyday people, let me know what you have to say in the comment section below. You guys are great. As always, guys, long live the Republic.